Hello, good day. My name is Jonathan Joseph from Group 5, and the most challenging part about this was the autograder in general. The coding was very complex, it was very challenging to do. As for the team was really cooperative. Um, I, I was a main programmer, but I had to go away for a week, and the team really pulled through while I was away in my absence. They really put it together and pulled through and got everything out. And yeah, the most satisfying part was actually finishing and getting all the results, everything to work, and it was just like, um, the most impactful part was the I guess the experience, because a lot of this stuff we never learned. So learning it like hands on, that was very, yeah, I learned a lot. Um, Especially in teamwork, because usually I like to solo assignments and just let my teammates sit back, but how I was away, I can do that, and I really had to count on my team to do a lot of the work, and we got through. So yeah, um, it helped me with better working as a team.
Hello, my name is Naomi Dukran and I am a member of Group 5. And we were tasked with designing an autograder for object oriented programming students. This project was a somewhat difficult project since I am not the best at coding. But doing this project helped me to understand how to apply the design patterns better and how to ensure that the code conforms to the solid principles. I also learned that the solid principles are also there to help coding and to make your life easier when it comes to coding as well. And working with my group members was also very fun as I didn't know two of them and I wasn't so familiar with them. But working on it, I got to know them better as well, and it was a very nice experience and opportunity to connect more with my classmates as well. And the class diagram was a little, I would say, in my opinion, a bit difficult as it was a lot of information to fit into it. So it was a big diagram, so I had to ensure everything was, up to standards and to keep track of all the functions, well, methods that was mentioned in the code as well. The design patterns and stuff, the explanations on the wiki was also relating it back to the code. That helped me understand it better as well. And overall it was a good experience, but also somewhat difficult as I had to learn more and put a bit more effort into object oriented programming too. Thank you. This was my opinion and experience working on this project.
Pleasant good afternoon, miss. So, my experiences while doing this project were, well, let's just say it was not smooth like butter, like criminal undercover. We had a lot of bumps, a lot of stress, a lot of waking up till 2 o'clock in the morning. I, for some reason, was struggling to organize the Java docs because everything I did wasn't working, but I think I got it to work in the end. Also, doing the wiki page for the GitHub, implementing the case studies was, well, that was pretty normal. That was pretty easy. Well, that was the analysis, the how to set it up and stuff was also normal. Also, we were discussing the test cases to use. We were discussing, well, I was also working on the code for unzipping test case, like test if it would unzip or not, but it just wasn't working. So we scrapped that whole JUnit test and just went with the ones we did. Jonathan mostly focused on the main code, like he was the main lead. So I really just tried to do that test case and worked on the documentation. And yeah, that was my experiences, It was a lot of blood, sweat, and tears.
Hi, I'm Arti Seju. This project was definitely a challenge, but it turned out to be such a valuable learning experience. I'll admit that programming hasn't been my strongest skill since 1601, but I've been trying to learn and apply the material. Working with teammates who are stronger programmers really helped me to pick up new things and my confidence along the way. At first, this assignment felt overwhelming because there were so many moving parts to figure out, but it was also a really interactive way to understand how software development actually works in practice. Even though I'm pretty sure I couldn't have done this assignment on my own, working with my peers showed me that I'm capable of learning and improving. One thing I really got better, well, a few things I really got better at during this project was documenting code, doing error handling, and learning how testing works, especially JUnit tests. I learned how to make them. Creating a class diagram for such a big program was tough, but it taught me how important clear documentation is for making sense of everything. All in all, this assignment was a mix of frustrating moments and really rewarding ones. It feels so good to see everything come together in the end. Now I'm a lot more confident about my ability to keep learning and growing as a programmer. Thank you.
Hello, good day. My name is Joshua Weeks, and I was a part of Group 5. Alright, so our project was the automarker, which it was challenging. I would say the most challenging part was the trying to figure out how to compile together all the Java files into class files, right? And have them be able to reference each other when we actually performing the executions, right? But after that feature was completed, right, it turned out to be pretty gratifying, right? Which was because it was the main feature, so we was able to actually start building up on the application from there, right? So it had the biggest impact in terms of making sure the project could have moved on to the other stages, right? And yeah, it was the most interesting part, but actually writing the interfaces and whatnot to perform the tests, I would say, was another challenging part, but the most interesting one to see how it came together when we are allowed to test other classes from other files, etc.